日本時間4月3日、米国時間4月2日、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースは本拠地で行われたアトランタ、ブレーブス戦に臨み、今季無傷の開幕7連勝を記録した。これにより、ロサンゼルス移転後のフランチャイズ記録を更新し、ワールドシリーズ王者として MLB 史上初となる開幕8連勝へ王手をかけた。注目の大谷翔平はこの日もスタメン出場し、打席での存在感を発揮。相手投手陣を揺さぶる鋭いスイングと巧みな選球眼で会場を沸かせた。ムーキー・ベッツとフレディ、フリーマンという主力2人を欠く中、若手選手たちの躍動と首脳陣の柔軟な采配が勝利を引き寄せた。デーブ、ロバーツ監督も、勝っているが、まだチームは完成されていない、と語り、今後の成長にも期待を寄せた。シーズンは始まったばかりだが、大谷を中心としたこのドジャースが、無敗街道をどこまで伸ばすのか、ますます目が離せない。続いて、日本語字幕付きで本日の試合ハイライトと専門家による解説をお楽しみください。
Hi, John. Well, the team might be 7-0 undefeated, but if young talent becomes available, they're going to make that move. You talked about it for Esteri, Ruiz. Dave Roberts talked about that move today and also talked about starting the season 7-0.
Deal today for Esteri Ruiz. Any initial thoughts on him?
You know what? I don't. I know he's a plus runner, really astute base runner, an outfielder. Mark Kotze, the manager, really liked him, going back and forth by way of text with Kotz, but that's about it. Not sure where he's slated to go, and I just think that there's some things that our hitting guys felt there's some upside potential with him.
You have a team that on paper is unlike any team most of us have ever seen. You're favored to win basically every game you play. What's it like right now being in the top of the world in baseball?
We knew going in we were talented. You never know how the season's going to play out until you start playing games. The pitching has been very good. The defense has been solid. But up and down our lineup, there's only a couple guys that, really swinging the bats the way they're capable of. Outside of that, guys are sort of just kind of trying to find their way. We're getting big hits. So I think that, to be fair, I think that guys are really trying to think about how they can get better right now, which is a pretty scary thought for the rest of the league.
There's a lot of talent with the organization when a manager, Dave Roberts, the team is 7-0, but there are guys who are still finding their ways offensively, guys, whether it's someone like Max Muncy, who's just looking to kind of get that big swing, get some results here, but still progressing in the right direction. But this team, when you talk to them about just what has led to this start, it's knowing that in every single situation they have a chance to win. They've talked about how it's the makeup of the group, the mindset, how they go about their business. That's what has set the tone, and so they're hoping to keep that going tonight, guys.
All right, Dodgers and Braves coming up at 5:30. The Dodgers have already set the LA franchise record for most consecutive wins to start a season with 7. Now they can become the first defending World Series champion, Jerry, to start a season 8-0. Mookie Betts said last night doesn't really care about that, but do you think it would mean something to these guys if they are able to set an MLB record?
I think it'll mean something to this group if they finish off the season with the World Series championship and going back saying, look what cool things we did throughout the regular season to put ourselves in position. I'm in favor of what Mookie said. Listen, you always want to play your best baseball toward the end of the season, but it doesn't hurt playing your most consistent, best baseball throughout the season. Yeah. Beginning, middle, end.
Listen, this record, it doesn't matter to them. No, there's only one thing that matters to them, and that's winning the World Series. Now, they understand, getting off to a good start and playing well, you need to win games over the course of the season to ultimately, obviously, get to the postseason to try to go out there and win another World Series. But at the same time, if they don't win the World Series, you're not going to say, hey, remember you guys broke that record? Isn't that great? They're like, who cares, right? Who cares? Yeah. As you mentioned, Jerry, you might mention it after you win the World Series, we also started off pretty darn good, too. That was nice.
Well, and even more impressive, the Dodgers have won these first 7 games despite Mookie Betts missing 3 of them, and Freddie Freeman has already missed 4, and we got word that Freddie is not going to be able to play tonight either. With more on that, let's head back inside the stadium, check in once again with Kirsten. She joins us live with an update on Freddie. Hi there, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Well, yesterday when Freddie briefly just kind of caught up with the media for a bit, he was telling us that there was about a 50-50 chance that he could be back in the lineup today. He went through a full workout yesterday, took some swings in the cage, and even Dave Roberts told us last night after the game that he felt really good. So there was a good chance he could have been back out there, but ultimately they decided to let him have an extra day of rest. Dave Roberts talked about it today.
He is playable. But the potential downside of playing, I don't think anyone knows. But to take an extra day with the off day tomorrow just made the most sense.
How vigorously do you have to talk him out of it in a case like that?
Pretty much, you know, a lot. We got to be firm and convicted because, you know, why he hasn't been on the IL since 2017, why he plays every day, because in his mind, if he can play, he should play. It's his job as an employee. But then when you look at from our side of things, it's more of, yes, that is true, but what potential downside could we take on? And it's not worth it at this point in time in the season.
If he aggravates that thing and then you get on a 5-hour flight tomorrow,
that was part of our conversation, absolutely.
Are you expecting him Friday?
We'll see, Jack. He's not going to play tonight, and just knowing that we have the off day just kind of made the most sense, and we haven't decided that.
So hopefully he'll be back in the lineup on Friday. But like Dave Roberts said, with a 5-hour flight to Philly, with rain and cold weather in the Philadelphia area over the weekend, that was a big thing that they thought about as well. For Freddie, he's talked about how just with this re-injuring of the ankle, the one that was surgically repaired, dealing with his rib injury in Tokyo, it has been a little bit of a frustrating start for him. But the most important thing is just making sure that his body is healthy so that he can keep things going for the remainder of the season, guys.
Time to call your shot, brought to you by Southern California Toyota. And Jerry thinks he's gotten off to a good start this season, but Nomar doesn't live in fantasy land, and he actually called his shot last night. So Nomar, you are first up tonight. Who are you going with?
Now, looking up and down this lineup, got a righty on the hill. He's back in there. I'm going with Max Muncy. Max Muncy, I know, listen, off to a slow start, but I'm not worried about him. Today, he goes deep. This means he's due.
Yeah, John, I would agree. I did not call my shot last night, so now it brings my record to 5-1. I'm going to get back on this horse, the big show, in a big way. Come on, Shohei Ohtani, on your bobblehead night. Get me back in my winning ways.
I know math was never your strong suit at Southern Illinois, and it proved it once again. Still more to come, but speaking of Jerry's called shot, the big show, I mean, it is a good call tonight. After all, it is Shohei Ohtani's first bobblehead of the season, and it is his 2024 MVP bobblehead.
Lineup looks like this. Betts and Hernandez follow Ohtani. Michael Conforto's back in there hitting cleanup. Then Will Smith, then Tommy Edman. Max Muncy inserted back into the lineup hitting 7th, with Hernandez again at first, and Andy Pages in center field hitting 9th. So Elder, the 25-year-old from Decatur, Texas, throws his first pitch of the game, and it's in for a strike. It wasn't just Ohtani that night last May. Dodgers made life tough on him up and down the lineup. 7 runs over 3 1/3. 3 home runs in that game. Ohtani 1 for 4, scored a run yesterday. He scored a run in all 7 games so far. That, by the way, ties the franchise record to begin the season. MVP chance for the guy that's won 3 of them in 4 years.
You're going to see a lot of Dodgers swinging when the ball's in the strike zone. There's not much coming out of Bryce's hand that's really intimidating. So a lot of pitchers are going to look good.
Reaches out, bounces it to first for Olsen. Feeds Elder for the first out. In his 4th season, he was an All-Star in 2023. But in the year and a half since, he's got a +6 ERA. So bad that he began this year in AAA, and he's only up here starting today because Reynaldo Lopez is placed on the injured list. I mean, that is I know he was a surprise All-Star, but he was an All-Star. That is a rapid fall from that grace. Second look for the Dodgers at Elder. Here's Ohtani. Grounded to first his first time. Well, if the 50-50 home run ball fetched $4.4 million and a card with a patch from his pants fetched $1.1, what's an Ohtani bobblehead get you?
Tonight, probably more expensive than any other night. The people that feel like they're going to miss out, but then the prices will come down a little bit. I'll bet you someday it'll settle in at about $100, $150. Tonight you might have to pay $1,000 to get it, though.
Some of the bobbleheads last year went for 5 figures.
What, the gold editions?
Mm-hmm. 2 balls and 2 strikes on it. There's one on eBay right now for $3 grand, gold one. Oh, here's one for $10 grand. I would choose the other one.
What's your limit on PayPal or Apple Pay? Can you just go ahead and buy one quick?
I mean, I could.
I don't have that much limit on mine. Keep it down. Just enough to get a movie.
Towering fly ball. It's a Stuart Fairchild in right field. Wonder what the wind does to this one. Not a whole lot. So the Braves have done a good job with Shohei in this series. He's just 1 for 9. Pages on, and Ohtani coming up, representing the tying run. And feeling due. 1 for 9 in this series.
I hope he feels a home run on his bobblehead night.
2 of them so far this season. Hit one in Tokyo, hit one on opening day here.
The fans want something. Boy, they are cheering a foul ball like it's on its way out of here.
MVP chants have started each time he's come up tonight. Only player in baseball history that's won 3 consecutive MVPs, Barry Bonds, 2001 to 2004. Of course, Shohei won it in 23, his last year with the Angels, and won it again last year, first year with the Dodgers. On this 1-1 from De Los Santos, Ohtani out in front.
Change up, it gets him fooled just a little bit. Wasn't completely out in front of that.
The 1-2. Count evens 2-2. Braves bullpen has been a weak point for them. For the 6 losses so far, they've been tied or had the lead. And the bullpen took over. On a 2-2, Ohtani cracks a line drive to right field, and the first 2 have reached in the 5th. Pages chugging to third. He's in there. First to third, Andy Pages.
Ohtani does a nice job with his 2-strike approach. De Los Santos last year, 7th worst in the big leagues as far as putting people away with 2 strikes. And these Dodgers have been outstanding with 2 strikes so far here in 25. I hope they don't review that. That was very close. There's a lot of body parts here that you could have got the tag in on him, but he slid to the inside part and got in there. Yeah.
It's like the glove was chasing his hand.
Yeah.
Big hit Betts coming up. First and third, nobody out. And here's Ohtani.
Designated hitter, number 17, Shohei Ohtani.
Had a single his last time. jumps out of the way. Ball 1.
Good thing he jumped out of the way. That one would have hurt. He didn't leave anything in the tank in that swing. He's taking a couple of healthy cuts tonight.
Jam shot, left field and down. Ohtani's second hit of the game gets the tying run up there.
Who needs a torpedo bat?
Right.
When you're that strong. That is right on the label. Very thin part of the bat, but it doesn't break. He gets himself a knock.
Yeah, I'm not sure this guy should change a thing. That's going to do it for Dylan Lee. Mookie Betts is coming up, representing the tying run here in the 7th. High fly ball to center field. Harris is back. Oh, Ohtani! Inevitable!
開幕から前人未到の7連勝、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースが今、メジャーリーグの頂点に君臨しようとしている。しかも、主力選手のムーキー、ベッツやフレディ、フリーマンが欠場している中での快進撃、まさに、異常、ともいえる勢いを見せつけている。この開幕7連勝は、ロサンゼルス移転後の球団史において初の快挙であり、もし次戦も勝利すれば、ワールドシリーズ王者として初の8連勝スタートという歴史的偉業に手が届く。だが、選手たちはその記録に酔うことなく、ひたすら、勝利の2文字に焦点を合わせている。指揮官デーブ・ロバーツは、記録は重要ではない。我々の目標はあくまでシーズンを制し、再びワールドシリーズを制覇することだ、と語気を強めた。そんな中、ひときわ異彩を放っているのが、我らが英雄、大谷翔平だ。日本を飛び越え、世界を魅了し続ける二刀流の怪物は、今季からドジャースの一員として新たな歴史を刻み始めた。その存在感は凄まじく、まさに生ける伝説の称号にふさわしい。ムーキー・ベッツの体調不良、フレディ・フリーマンの足首の不安など、チームが万全ではない状況下で、大谷の気迫あふれるプレーはチーム全体に力を注入している。特筆すべきは、彼の圧倒的な集中力と勝利への執念だ。東京シリーズでの激戦を終え、長時間のフライトを経てアメリカ本土に戻った直後でも、大谷の動きに一切の疲労は感じられなかった。それどころか、むしろ全身から闘志がみなぎり、チームメートを牽引する姿には感動すら覚える。ロバーツ監督も、彼がいるだけでベンチの雰囲気が変わる。勝利が現実味を帯びる。と断言する。チームはまだ本調子ではない。マックス、マンシーなど、打撃面で本領発揮には至っていない選手も多い。だが、それでも勝ち続ける理由は一つ。大谷翔平がいるからだ。その存在こそが、ドジャースという巨漢を前進させる原動力なのである。勝って当然、とまで言われる今のドジャース。だが、その裏には大谷翔平の並外れた努力と精神力があることを忘れてはならない。彼の一打に、彼の一球に、全ての期待が託されている。ドジャースの奇跡はまだ始まったばかりだ。さあ、次なる試合も絶対に見逃すな。大谷翔平という奇跡が、再び我々に歴史の続きを見せてくれるだろう。